Morning everyone. It's morning for me anyhow. Welcome to this Pilates practice. My name's Debbie and I'm going to be taking you through the practice today. I'm going to continue with beginner's work, so we're just going to step it up a little bit more, do a few more sort of moves into it, but obviously do always keep to the lower options if you're finding any twinges, you're finding any pain anywhere. Pilates is not about pain, it's about sort of building our bodies, like noticing where our faults are and strengthening them. So I've done knee work, so when you've got knee problems, you're strengthening the top of your thighs. Spine problems, it's always holding the core, using our core to support our back. Shoulder problems, making sure our shoulders are always back and down, standing tall, working our arms, etc. So we're going to come down and we're going to start on our backs today. We're going to take a little bit of time to check in with our bodies. Hand weights nearby, blocks nearby, just in case we need to use them. Hand weights we probably will, because it is something that I tend to use quite a lot. I've said this before in my practices, it's about our bones. Obviously as we get older, they weaken, the cells don't grow as fast, hence we get our issues, osteoporosis, osteopenia, etc. So we try and strengthen those bones. The way we do it, if we build up our muscles, which is why I tend to hold weights and I tend to sort of keep the core and work everything that we can, always like flexing our feet or pointing our toes, working the legs, working the muscles. When the muscles grow, they'll promote the cells to grow faster in the bones. So that's what we aim to do in Pilates. Pilates, we breathe in through the nose, we breathe out through the mouth. If at any point you want to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, that's absolutely fine. But as we're breathing out, we're releasing everything and we're able to hold the core, but we're releasing it out, which you don't quite get the same when you're breathing out through the nose. When I do some of my yoga lattes, in and out through the nose can actually be beneficial. Anyhow, we're going to stick to in through the nose, out through the mouth where we can today. And as I said, it's going to be beginners. So get yourselves onto your backs, take yourself down from your side, left hand side if you have low blood pressure, or you can come down from a seated position. I'm just going to get my weights so that they're nearby. If you're coming down from seated, you're coming down with me. As it is our third Pilates beginners work, we're going to try and take it from here. Now, as you come down, we're holding our core. If you get to a point where you can't hold yourself with your core and you find yourself and your feet are lifting, take behind your thighs. Always use your thighs to support you. Don't compromise your spine. So we take a nice seated position. We breathe in through the nose and we pull out our core. We breathe out through the mouth. And as we do so, we start to C-curve down. Okay, we C-curve our spine down. We don't just drop back. Coming down, one vertebrae at a time, holding that core, slowly coming down to the floor as slow as you can. Coming down, one vertebrae, bringing yourself to the floor, taking yourself down to the mat. So we're going to start, everybody, with our feet mat width apart and our knees locked in together. So we're in this sort of position here. We're going to take a body squeeze, full body stretch that you can always do from here. So taking our arms overhead, we're going to be pushing our arms away, and we're going to be squeezing our thighs, squeeze our glutes, push our legs together, really push them together, and we're going to be pulling the core as well. So we're going to stretch and tense the body at the same time. So breathing in, pulling in your core, so that's breathing in through the nose, squeeze that core tight, and as you breathe out through the mouth, you squeeze the core tighter and you gently push your spine down into the mat. You squeeze your glutes, you squeeze your legs together. You push your arms away. You're squeezing and you're pushing. Really squeeze and push away. Holding that core, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, and then release down. Okay, you can do that one more time there, or you can take your legs long and we can do our full body stretch from here. Same sort of thing, breathing in through the nose, pulling in your core. And as you breathe out through the mouth, holding that core tight, you gently push your spine down into the mat. You push away, pointing your toes. You push away, pointing your fingers. And you tense in as you're pushing, squeezing, pushing, pushing, squeeze, and then release down. Excellent. Taking your hands down by your sides, take your palms facing up. Let's bring some energy into ourselves today. Let's gently move our head from side to side, releasing out our neck. And you could start to close your eyes down now. As you gently roll in your head, close those eyes down, release the core, release that tension that you were just holding. Okay, coming back to centre with the neck. Let's do a little bit more core work here. Breathing in, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out through the mouth, lift the head. Just the head, nothing else. Shoulders staying down. Breathing out, squeezing the core. Breathing in, pulling that core. And as you breathe out through the mouth, you gently allow the head to go back down to the mat and release it. Feel the tension release as the head hits the ground, the neck releases and the shoulders drop back. Amazing. Okay, allow your feet to relax. Both legs, let them relax down. Then release your core, your lower area, the lower spine, your mid-spine, your upper spine, your belly and your chest. Your torso, let it be heavy, let it relax down. And then your hands and your arms, let them soften. Your shoulders, let the shoulders drop down. Let your neck go, let your head release. Your body sinking down into the mat, releasing itself of any tension, any areas that are tense. Breathe into those areas. Ask them to soften down, but also if they're extra tense, make sure you be mindful of those throughout your practice and don't push that area too hard. Releasing all your facial muscles. Let the jaw go, let your cheekbones, your eyes, your eyelids and your forehead, let it all just soften down. And then the top of your head. So you're laying here still, allowing your body to relax and prepare itself for the practice that you have ahead. You need to breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. This is where you just might want to breathe in and out through the nose as you soften down. Take a scan of your bodies, the tips of the toes, over the calves, the knees and the thighs. How are the legs feeling today? Around your core, your lower spine and your glutes. Let them soften. How are they feeling? Then the whole spine and the whole torso. How's that feeling today? Breathe into any niggles, ask them to soften down. Your hands, your lower arms, your elbows and the upper arms. Shoulders, we hold a lot of tension in our shoulders. Breathe into them if they're tense, tell them to soften down. Your neck and again obviously your head. Just concentrate on your breath for the moment. Okay, let's start to move our head from side to side again. Gently moving it left to right. Waking our bodies up gently. Bring the head to centre, wriggle your toes. And then bring your right leg up so that it's onto the mat and then the left leg so that both feet are on the mat. Wriggling your fingers. Lifting the arms up so that you're resting on the top of your arms, on the elbows, and then just circle your wrists one way and then circling them the other way. Gently rock the knees from side to side, window wiping them. Just releasing out your lower spine. And then every body, take your feet mat width apart, again locking the knees in together. Take the arms up into what is known as cactus, so that the arms are bent at the elbows and facing upwards. If you're finding that too much across the shoulders, take them out to T-shape. Okay, breathing, pulling your core. As you breathe out, pull the core tighter and part your knees. So we now got our feet mat width apart, our core tight. Breathing in, pull the core tighter. And as we breathe out, holding that core tight, let's drop the legs over to the left-hand side, holding the core, don't let the core go. Get to your point of comfort and then release the core. Soften into that there. Again, tense areas, breathe into them. Just enjoy the gentle movements that we're doing. Breathing in, pulling in your core. At the same time, you bring your legs to center. Hold the core tight, breathe out. Breathe in, pull the core tighter. And as we breathe out, keep holding that core, drop the legs over to the right hand side. Once you get to your point of comfort, release the core and relax down. Breathe into tense areas. Ask everything to soften. Nice, guys. Breathe in, pulling in that core. At the same time, we bring our legs to center. We reach center, we breathe out. We keep the core tight. Amazing. Okay, holding the core. Try not to let it go if you can. Don't worry if you do. Just go back to the holding of it when you can. All right, we're just going to start with some gentle leg movements. So taking the hands down so you've got support, palms facing down or up, however's comfortable for you. It's just so you've got some support there. So breathing in again, keep the core tight. And as we breathe out, push the right leg away and circle it up. Bring it back down. Do that again. Breathing in, breathing out as you push away. And as you bring it back down, you breathe in. Breathing out, push away. Breathing in as you bring the leg down. Breathing out. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. One more, breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in as you bring it back down. Keeping that core held. Let's take that on the left-hand side. Breathing in. Breathing out as you push away. Breathing in as you bring it back down. Breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in as you bring it back down. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Last one, breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Bringing the feet back down. Excellent, okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring our legs up into what is known as tabletop. So we bring our right leg up so that the calf is in line with the mat. We bring our left leg up. So we've got our legs in tabletop position. Nice straight line here, facing the mat, okay? If it's too much, take one leg down and just do it with one leg in the air, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to try and take opposite arm to opposite leg. So first of all, let's take our arms up, okay? And first of all, we're just going to, keeping our legs where they are, or one leg down, whatever's good for you, both legs down, even if it's too much and you're finding it around the lower spine hurting, but keep the core pulled in tight. We're going to just do opposite arms to sort of scissor them out. So we're going to go left arm forward, right arm back, and we're coming back to center. So we're breathing in, breathing out as we push away, breathing in through the nose as you bring them back up, breathing out through the mouth, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, breathing in through the nose. Keep scissoring those arms, keep the core pulled tight. And coming back to centre. So you've either got your feet down and you're just going to be scissoring your arms again. If you've got one leg up, okay, you're going to push that one leg away and you're going to push the opposite arm back and bring the right arm down with it, coming back up and then go back down, okay. If you've got both legs up, we're going to try taking it so that we've got the opposite arm coming back and coming back up and then down like this. So we're alternating, okay? Have you got that? Fab. Oh, yeah, that's correct, okay, arms up. So we've got the right leg going away, left arm going back, and the right arm can come down, the right arm can stay up. It doesn't matter, you can just do it. You can do it so that you've got one arm up, one arm down, okay? And as I said, if you've just got one leg up, then you're just taking the one arm back. Okay, so we're going to do 8 and then we'll do another 8 so that other people can, if you've got, if you're just doing one leg, then you can do the other leg at the same time. Amazing, guys. Okay, legs back up, arms up. Let's take our right leg forward and our left arm back. So we've got 8, opposite arm to opposite leg, so left leg, right arm. 7, 7, 6, don't forget your breathing in as you come up, breathing out as you go away. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Keep that core pulled in. 1. Okay, arms up. Bring the knees down, feet down, and just give yourself a little rest there. Okay, so if you had one leg down, take that onto the opposite side now. You'll be doing 16 because we do alternating one on either side, but that's still good. Okay, so legs back up, arms up. Let's start that again. So we're going to do another 8 on either side. So we're going to start with our left leg this time and our right arm going back. So we're going to breathe in, breathing out as you push away. Right arm, left leg, bringing it back in, breathing out as you push away. 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, keep going guys, 3, holding that core tight, 3, 2, 2, and 1. Okay, fabulous. Give the legs a squeeze tight towards you. Release the core, let the core go just for a minute, and then just circle the legs one way and then circle the other, and then releasing them off, holding onto the top of your knees. You're going to circle your legs one way, okay, keeping that core pulled in, breathing in as you bring the legs towards you, breathing out through the mouth as you push them away, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth, circling away, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Holding it there, we're going to take that in the opposite direction, so breathing in through the nose, hold that core, breathe out through the mouth, core tight as you circle in the opposite direction. Breathing in, breathing out as you push away. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out as you push away. 2 more. Working your hip joints here. And then bringing the legs back together. Amazing. Shortly we will have our hand weights, so if you've got them, let's just put them to either side. Have them handy by. Okay, so I've got my weights here. If you've got no weights, then we're clenching our fists, okay? We're not just floppy arms, clenching the fists, making those arms work down. Or as I always say, if you really got want some weights and you've got nothing around, water bottles, some people even use tins of beans, I know. I've seen you. But hey, you do what's good for you, what works for you and what you've got handy. This is great. Okay, so we've done bridge previously in our beginner's practice. We're going to do bridge again. We're going to take it a little bit further this time because we're going to start to try and move our legs, pointing them upwards and taking some movement there. If it's too much, you can just stay with the lower options. Don't force your body at any point. Okay, so let's start by tilting our pelvis. Okay, so it's just a tiny move. So we breathe in, pulling in our core. As we breathe out, we hold the core tighter and we squeeze our glutes and we just tilt upwards. We're just tilting our pelvis just gently upwards, breathing in, breathing out as you lower down. Breathe in, pull in the core, breathe out, tilt the pelvis upwards. Breathing in as you lower down, breathing out as you tilt upwards. All the time you're holding that core as tight as you can. Okay, you're squeezing your glutes, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, coming down, hold the core, don't let it go. We're trying to get to those real lower muscles down here that we don't take too much notice of in our general everyday, but we want to work them because they're important as well. They help with, our pelvic floor issues, etc. As we get older. So breathing in, pulling in our core, and as we breathe out, we tilt that pelvis upwards. We're squeezing the glutes, we're squeezing the core, and we're pushing into our feet, and we're gently lifting ourselves upwards. Hands down to the side for support. Okay, sometimes I take mine away. You don't have to do what I'm doing. And holding that really tight there, squeezing, holding that core, squeeze the glutes, squeeze everything, breathing in. And as we breathe out, holding the core tight, we come down literally one vertebrae, as slow as you can, all the way to the floor, no moving, all the way down. The last thing that touches down is your tailbone. Breathing in, pull the core tighter. And as we breathe out, we're squeezing that core even tighter. We're pushing into our feet. We're raising up. We're coming up all the way to the top. Coming up to the top. Holding it at the top here. Squeezing, hands down for support. Holding it there. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. Squeezing everything as tight as you can. Breathe in, pulling the core. And as you breathe out, let's roll down one vertebrae, as slow as you can, all the way to the floor. One vertebrae, last thing that's going to come down is your tailbone. This time we're going to go up and we're going to hold it up there, breathing in, pulling in the core. As we breathe out, pushing to our feet, squeezing, going up, all the way to the top, coming to the top. Okay, this here, you probably will want your hands down for support. You can take them just gently to the belly, whatever helps you. You might want to support yourself underneath your legs here so that you've got support at the top of your thighs. Whatever's good for you, whatever works. So this time we're going to keep in that core tight, breathing in, bringing our right leg up, breathing out, we push the right leg away. Bring the right leg down, bringing it up. 8, 7, 6, don't forget you can take support. 5, 4, 3, 2, keep the core pulled in, and 1. Bringing that right leg back down. Okay, getting yourself comfortable, breathing in, pulling in the core. And as we breathe out, let's roll down one vertebra at a time, holding the core tight all the way to the floor. Release, hold the core tight. Just a little rest there on our spines. Breathing in, pulling the core tighter. Breathing out through the mouth as we lift ourselves up all the way up to the top again. Holding everything as tight as you can, squeezing in. Breathing in as you lift the left leg. Breathing out, you push the left leg away. We're going to do our 8 downs. If you're only coming to here, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry if you're not coming all the way down. So it's 8, 7, pointing the toes, flexing that leg. 6, 5, 4, keep the core pulled in. 3, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. 2, 1, breathing in. And as you breathe out, take that leg back down. Breathing in, pull the core tight. And as we breathe out, come down one vertebra at a time, all the way to the floor. Release the core, right leg towards you, left leg towards you. Let's squeeze in. And again, releasing off, holding onto your knees, pull the core in. And release out the lower spine, release out your hips. Just been working those. And the opposite direction. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the feet back down. Okay, this is where we're going to use our little hand weights. So we're going to be doing some sit-ups. You can take the classic, which I prefer, which is our legs long. As you're sitting up, you're coming up to the top. You can use your clenched fists, you can have your feet on the mat. As you're coming up and coming down, you're squeezing those, you're pulling your core in, and you're coming all the way down to the floor. And you're bringing yourself all the way back up. If the feet start lifting like they have done there, then you're coming up too far. You just come in, you're putting your feet back down, and you're taking yourself to where you are comfortable with. Okay, so we're not lifting our feet off. If they're, as I say, if they're coming up, then you're coming up too far. Just come up to where the feet are staying on the floor. If you can come up all the way, then come up all the way to the top. Okay, as I say, I like the classic with my legs dead straight. I find it nicer on my spine, but you take what your option is best for you. Okay, so we're going to take our sit-ups. So we've got our weights in our hands, we've got our clenched fists, we're breathing in through the nose, we're breathing out through the mouth, squeezing that core, and we're gently lifted. Now if you're coming to here, that's great. You're coming to here, great. You want to come all the way up. Whatever's good for you. We're doing 8 of these, that's 8. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth as we come up for 7, keeping that core pulled tight. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We've got one more height here, guys, for our nice little sit-up, coming up all the way to the top as slow as you can. If you were just doing part way, then just push yourself up to a seated position. Let's just breathe in and bring ourselves over to release out our spine. We don't just drop down here like this, because you're going to find that's going to pull right down here. As you just drop down, it's going to do nothing to the top of the spine. You're bringing your chest towards your knees, so you're coming forward. If that means you're coming to here, not a problem. We're trying to keep a nice straight spine as we're coming down. As you get lower, the spine is going to start to bend downwards, and you're going to bring yourself forward over your legs. Gently bringing yourself down. Breathing in through the nose as you lift, breathing out through the mouth as you bring yourself over a bit more. then pushing yourselves up. Okay, so we've released the spine, we've worked it one way, we've worked it a different way. So bring yourself over onto your left. Okay, so we've got our both legs bent, we've got our feet together, our hand, we're in a nice comfortable position here. You've got your hand down for support if you need it. You can take it to your hip. We're going to do some clam. Okay, clam, we were just lifting and opening here. We're working our hip joint again, and we're opening and closing. You're going to feel it on the inner thigh as well. Okay, so we're going to do 8 of these. Breathing in, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out, you lift. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. 4 more to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, fabulous. Keeping the right leg underneath you, push yourself up and bring the bottom leg, keep it where it was. Top leg, which for me is my right leg, hopefully if you went down on your left, you'll also have your right leg over the top. We're going to sit here like this, and we're going to pull our leg, trying to keep that foot flat on the floor, our right leg. If it's bent over, not to worry too much. We are trying to get the foot so it's nice and flat. We're sitting tall and we're doing a little stretch here, so breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Now taking your left arm around your right leg, breathing in, and as you breathe out, just do a gentle twist. Okay, you've got your right hand behind you, you can push into that. Just doing a gentle twist here. You're going to get a nice pull around the bottom of the glutes, and you're going to be working like your hip joint again, and also the core area, little spinal twist. Coming back to centre. Let's come over onto our right hand side. Again, we've got both legs bent underneath. We've got our hand nice and firm. Left hand in front. If you need to for support, you can take it onto your hip. We're breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth as you lift. Breathing in through the nose as you lower, breathing out through the mouth. That's 4. Let's do another 4. 4, 3, keep that core pulled in. 2, and 1. Bringing that down. Okay, so we're pushing ourselves up. Our right leg is bent underneath us, a lower bottom leg. Pushing ourselves up, bringing our left leg over so that it's flat on the floor, so we're nicely seated. Sitting up nice and tall, holding on to that right leg. As I said, try and keep it flat on the floor if you can. It's not always the easiest thing to do. I find it more difficult on this side. I don't know if you can sort of see that, but I'm slightly more angled here. I'm trying to sit tall, but my body's trying to turn. So I'm going to pull myself back so that my shoulders are facing forward rather than twisting. Okay, so we're not twisting as yet. I'm taking my right hand around my left leg. I'm sitting tall, taking my left hand behind me, and I'm pushing into it, breathing in, and as I breathe out, this is where I'm twisting. Holding that gentle spinal twist here. Hopefully you're going to feel that pull around the bottom of the glutes because we've been squeezing and working those, so we're going to try and stretching them back out. You don't want them to clench up. If you don't stretch the muscles that you work, then they're just going to become tight, and that's when you start to get issues. So it's trying nice to stretch throughout our moves. Okay, so we're going to come around now onto all fours. Just going to do a little bit of rolling through our spine. So we've got our hands slightly further away from us. We're going to come forward and we're going to push ourselves back and around. Just back and around, back. Okay, we're holding that core tight, breathing in, breathing out as you push away, breathing in, breathing out as you push away, coming back to centre. This time we're going to push away backwards, and we're going to come forwards. Breathing in, breathing out as you push forward, breathing in, keep the core tight, breathing out, breathing in, Breathing out, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Nice little work on our spine there. Okay, so we're going to bring ourselves up now onto our feet, and we're going to do some Pilates roll up, roll downs. Do this, always do this. As I said, you could do this first thing in the morning if you get up and you're feeling a little bit tight. Get up and do some Pilates roll up, roll downs. It will start really like tight, you won't be able to come down too far. But as you do a few more, you'll find that your body will start to respond and it will wake up gently. So fingertips next to knees, toes curled under behind you, pushing up so that your knees are now off the floor. Bring your fingertips closer, pushing into them again, and push up. Get your feet nicely flat on the floor and hang there. If you've got bent knees, not a problem. It is good to actually bring your chest down to your thighs and have that hug there. That's really quite a nice thing to do. You can straighten your legs and you can hang. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, and as you breathe out through the mouth, you start to roll up one vertebra at a time. Hands to the front of your legs, you're coming up, squeeze those glutes, squeeze that core. You come all the way to the top, you've got your lower, your mid and your upper spine that will lift. Shoulders will go back and down, your neck, and finally your head will lift. Pilates roll up, the Pilates roll down, very similar. Shoulders back and down, breathe in, pull in that core. We drop our chin to our chest as we breathe out. And then our head starts to roll down. The shoulders will come forward, the hands go to the front of the legs, and you roll yourself down one vertebrae, the upper, the mid and the lower spine. If you're coming to here, that's good. Eventually you will come lower if you do this continually. I mean, guys, I watch you and you do come down so much more than what you did when you first started. Like these are people that have been doing it for a while now. Breathing in, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out, through the mouth, you come up one vertebra at a time. If you can't do it all in one breath, obviously you breathe in through the nose, you breathe out through the mouth, and you keep the core tight. Your lower, your mid, and your upper spine will come up. Your shoulders go back and down, your neck, and finally your head lifts. Sorry about this, guys, with my hair everywhere. Really do need to put a band in, but I can't be bothered. Shoulders back and down, breathing in, pulling in the core. And as we breathe out, our chin goes to chest. The chin comes down, the neck drops, shoulders come forward, hands to the front of the legs. We roll down one vertebrae at a time. This time, do bend your knees if you can't get to the floor, because what we're going to do is try and do a little bit of gorilla. Gorilla, we take our hands underneath our feet and we hold them. If you've got bent knees, that's great. Don't worry, you're bringing yourself down. I've got my knees slightly bent here. If I'm doing it with straight legs, I don't actually lock the knees out fully. Don't lock them out. Always have a slight bend there. And then just bring yourself over. And a nice gentle pull there. Then release the hands out, breathing in, pulling in your core. And as you breathe out, hands to the front of your legs, coming up one vertebrae, slow as you can, squeeze the glutes, pull the core in, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. The lower, the mid and the upper spine come up. Your shoulders go back and down, your neck, and finally your head lifts, but standing tall. So now we're going to do a little bit of balance work. Okay, balance work, you can take yourself and hold yourself onto a wall. We're going to be taking our leg out and doing some leg work here. If you feel you've got good balance, but you just want the wall by, for if you start to wobble, I often do that. Sometimes our balance is not good. Me, first thing in the morning, I'm probably going to be shot at this. If you're doing it later in the afternoon, you probably find that you've got a bit of a better balance. So get your foot, your left leg, nice and firmly into the floor, keeping that core tight, because the core will support you as you start to move. We're going to take our right leg out, and we're just going to do some lifts. So keeping the core tight, don't hold your breath, keep breathing as we're lifting our left up and down, touching it to the floor. At this moment, as you can see, I'm wobbling and I'm touching the wall for support. Got my core tight, 2 more, and bringing it down, just holding it there gently, so we're just still on the toes, we're not putting the foot down fully. This time we're going to try and do it without actually putting the foot down. So breathing in, pull that core tight, breathing out, breathing in, lifting the leg. Let's do 8 without putting our foot down. Focus on something in front of you. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, I did it without holding the wall. Look at me. Balance is not always my fave first thing, but it's good to do because it does challenge you, and it does really make you work that core, because you will notice if you pull the core, if you just let the core go, you've not got that support. If you hold that core, you definitely get a better pull, and you definitely get a better stand. So we've now got our right foot nice and firmly in the floor, and we're going to start on our left. So keeping that core tight, you can touch down this time with the toes each time we lift. So we've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the foot down, just resting on the toes, we're not putting it down fully. Keeping that nice balance in the right leg, we're going to take it so that we've got our foot off of the floor for the whole 8. If you can, don't worry if you put your foot down, don't worry if you wobble, we all do this. So focusing on something in front of you, something that's not moving, breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out, breathing in, pulling the core, lift the left leg. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that down, that's a bit better on that side. Right, we're going to try and take some circles. In fact, actually, I might come off the mat, it might be better. I've got carpet as well, which doesn't help. So getting your foot nice and comfortable, get into your left foot, so we're going to use our right leg again. So we're going to come up and we're going to circle round, coming forward and circling round. We're going to do 8 of those, okay? Don't forget you've got the wall nearby if you need it. Breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out, core tighter. Breathing in, lifting the right leg, and let's circle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, woo, and our last one. Almost did it. Okay, right leg, let's take it on the other side. Breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out. Breathing in, pulling the core, lift the left leg. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and the last one, round you go and down. Yeah, I'm definitely better balanced with my right leg than I am on my left. Okay, so we're just going to do some little side stretching now, taking our feet wider than hip width. We're going to bend over right, bend over to the left. So breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out, slide our right hand down our right leg, coming back to centre, breathing in, breathing out, opposite side. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Come into centre. And what we did laying down with our opposite arms, we're going to do standing up. So feet are now hip width apart. We're standing with our core nicely tight, and we've got our knees slightly bent. We're taking our arms out in front, going to lift the opposite arm and rotate. I don't know why I'm saying opposite arm, we're not actually lifting our legs. So yeah, just we're scissoring our arms, keeping our core tight, slight bend in the knees, arms out in front, breathing in, breathing out, let's scissor the arms. Back together, right arm up, left arm down if you're with me, or the other way for you. So we're just scissoring in, breathing out. Breathing in as you bring together, breathing out through the mouth as you raise. Breathing into arms together, breathing out. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. And this is where we're going to do opposite arm to opposite leg if you can. So getting into your right leg and you're pushing the right leg into the floor. We've got our arms out in front. Okay, we're going to try and lift our left leg and hang on, so it'll be, yeah, our right arm goes up and back together. 8, 7, 6, 5, keep that core pulled in, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back down. Okay, did you get that, guys? A couple of you did, a couple of you I saw was a bit confused there. That's me, I get confused all the time when I'm doing these things. So we're getting our foot, our left leg now, nicely in the mat. When we've got our arms out, what we're going to do is we're going to have our right leg out and we're going to lift our left arm up. Okay? Does that make sense? Yeah, you got it, you got it, you got it, guys. Okay, arms out in front, breathing in, breathing out. We lift our right leg, left arm. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, going wobbly there. Definitely not good with this one. Right, okay, we're going to bring ourselves down to the mats. We're going to do some final relaxation, a couple of stretches before we go down. So yeah, if you want to, again, take yourself to the wall, we're going to stretch out the front of our calves. So we're going to lift up our right leg, we're going to hold it behind, and we're going to do a nice little stretch here down the front of the thigh, hand on the hip, as I said, or you can hold the wall, whatever's good for you. Take a point of focus in front of you that's not moving, okay, and pulling your core nice and tight. Holding it here, stretching it out nicely, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Really stretch that leg and then bring it back down. Okay, let's take that on the other side. It's taking up our left leg, holding it out, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Keep the core tight, feel the stretch down the front of that thigh. Amazing. Okay, taking out our right leg in front of us and just coming down here. You're going to take the toes, you might want to pull the toes back a little bit to feel the stretch down the back of the leg. Nice bend in the left leg. Coming back, taking that on the other side, taking our left leg out up on the heel, bending our right knee. You might want to take hold of the toes to feel the stretch. Keeping the core pulled in again, don't let it go. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. Amazing. Come to the top of your mat, we're going to do our Pilates roll down, shoulders back and down. Breathing in through the nose. As you breathe out through the mouth, drop your chin to chest. The head comes down, the neck drops, shoulders come forward, hands to the front of your legs, core's pulled in, your glutes are squeezed, your legs are tight, coming all the way down to the floor, bend your knees if need be, walking your hands out in front of you, dropping your knees to the floor. So we're now in tabletop position. I'm just going to do a downward dog. I know people think downward dog is yoga's, but it's also used in Pilates. It's a fab move because it works every single part of your body, and your head is lower than your heart, so the blood is pumping super. So toes under, breathing in, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out, you push into those toes, you push yourself up, you hold that core, and you take your feet. And if you can get them flat on the floor, great. If you're up on your toes, don't worry. And you're pushing your chest towards your thighs. Feel the stretch, feel the work in every part of your body. If it's too much on your hands, you can actually come down onto your forearms. This is actually dolphin, but it's still doing the same thing. Your head is lower than your heart. So whatever's good for you, work that downward dog. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth as you release out. And then coming forward, bringing the knees down, bring yourself round and lower yourself to the mat, left hand side if you have low blood pressure, or you can come down with me from a seated position. We're nice and warm. We're going to C-curve ourselves down, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth as you C-curve all the way down to the floor, one vertebrae, laying down. Fabulous, guys. Okay, let's just take our right leg in towards us, squeezing that, hold the core in, putting the leg up, squeeze the leg towards you. Feel the stretch. You can take the left leg long if you wish. Keep the foot flexed on the left leg if you're taking it long. No, we're not lifting up ourselves, we're just stretching and we're bringing that back down. Feet back up, left leg together. Taking the left leg up, breathing in, pulling in that core. And as we breathe out, hold the core tight and bring your left leg towards you. Feel the stretch down the back of the leg. You can take the right leg away if you wish. Bringing the right leg up, dropping the left leg down to meet it. Taking the arms out into T shape. Breathing in, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out, hold the core tight, drop the legs to the left. Breathing in, breathing out. Taking them back over to the right. So we're window wiping, using our breath, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth as you drop them to the side, breathing in through the nose, you lift them back up, breathing out through the mouth as you drop them back over to the other side. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. This time stay over onto the right hand side, allow the legs to drop over there, feel the stretch, look over to your opposite hand if you can. Don't worry if you can't, holding it there. Hold the core, don't let the core go for the moment. Breathing in, pulling in the core. Same time, legs to center, breathing out, you drop them over to the left. Holding the core as you can, looking over to your right hand, the opposite hand. Feeling the stretch. Breathing in through the nose, pull the core tight to bring the legs to center. Breathing out, let the core go. Let it go, release the core. Amazing. We're going to go into final relaxation now, guys. We're going to thank our body for the practice that it's actually just done. So let's take our full body stretch again, wherever you are, maybe feet mat width apart if you've still got lower issues with your spine, or you can take your legs long. Taking the arms overhead, breathing in. And as you breathe out, gently push the spine into the floor. Stretch away with your fingers. Stretch away with your toes. Really stretch. And then release down. Bringing the hands down by your sides. It's away from the body. Taking the legs slightly wider than hip width. Letting the feet drop downwards. Big breath in through the nose, breathing out, let that sigh go through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth, let it go. Amazing, guys. Okay, letting the feet drop outwards. Squeeze, release the squeeze. Release all 10 toes. The soles of your feet, the tops of your feet, the heels, the ankles, the feet released, your lower legs, the calves and the shins, the knees, the thighs. Both legs and feet released. Release your pelvis, your glutes, your lower spine, the lower core, your mid-spine and your belly, your upper spine and your chest. your torso, your legs, your feet released. All 10 fingers, backs of your hands, the palms of your hands and your wrists. Hands released. Your lower arms, your elbows and your upper arms. Arms released, hands released, torso released, legs released and feet released. Relax your shoulders and your neck. The neck released, the shoulders released, the arms released, the hands released, the torso released, the legs released and the feet released. Finally, your head. Release the facial muscles, your mouth, release the jaw, maybe moving the tongue from the top of your mouth, like releasing your lips, maybe parting them gently. Your cheekbones, your eyes, which should be closed down and softly closed, downcast. Your eyelids, your eyebrows, your forehead and the top of your head released. Your head released, your facial muscles released, your shoulders released, your arms released, your hands released, your torso released, your legs released and your feet released. Everything relaxed into the ground beneath you. Sinking into the mat. Visualise a beach. The beach is empty, there's nobody about, just yourself. The sun is just rising far away across the sea as you see it coming up. Gentle waves coming in softly. The quietness, just the crushing waves as they come forward. You walk along the beach, your feet in the firmness of the sand. And then you walk further back into the soft sand where the feet and the toes are gripping into the sand as you walk. You look out again to the sea as the waves come in, making their rippling sounds. Moving away, the sun becoming a little bit higher and a little warmer. There's a gentle breeze in the air. Feel the breeze as it gently rolls over your body. You continue walking down the beach, noticing seashells and pebbles. You come to a spot which you just adore and you decide that you're going to sit. You sit yourself down and you look out across the sun rising again, slightly higher again now, and the warmth is coming onto your body. You lie back into the sand and you relax there. Feeling the sun warm your body as it rises. You can hear the sea. And you're relaxing deeper into the ground, allowing your body to soften. I want you to lay there for a few more moments, your own visualization of where you are, relaxing. Start to visualise the room that you're lying in. Start to listen to noises, sounds that you can hear, sounds that are nearby, sounds that may be far away. Bringing yourself back to the here and now. Start to waken your body, moving your fingers, moving your toes, maybe gently moving your head from side to side again, releasing the neck. Maybe rolling your body. Do what's good for you to bring yourself back. Keeping the eyes closed down if you can. When you're ready, bringing your feet up onto the mat and gently over onto your side, left hand side with low blood pressure. When you're ready, bring yourself up into a seated position, a comfortable seated position for you. That might be cross-legged, that might be legs out in front. Whatever's good for you, bring yourself up to seated still with your eyes closed if you can. And rub your hands together. Make some friction in your hands. Get the hands nice and warm. Place the hands over your eyes. Gently blinking your eyes open. Gently parting your fingertips and running your hands over the eyes. Raising your arms up. Raising them down. Big breath in. As you breathe out, bring your hands down to your heart centre. Give yourselves a bow, guys, and give yourselves a clap. Well done. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for joining me again. Have a good day. Bye now.